Shane Van Gisbergen is dominating road courses, winning by 15, 16 seconds. And right now, NASCAR is fine with it. But here's what they're not ready for. He's getting better on ovals, fast. And when he starts winning those by double digits, history's about to repeat itself because NASCAR has a pattern. Jimmie Johnson, Juan Pablo Montoya. When someone gets too good or doesn't fit the narrative, things change. Right now, SVG's dominance is contained. Road courses are what, 6 races a season? NASCAR can live with that. But watch his oval progression. Top 10s at Kansas, competitive runs at other 1.5-mile tracks. He's learning in real time. The man came from supercars where they do run some ovals. He understands racing fundamentals, tire management, racecraft, strategy. It's just a matter of time before he figures out the pack racing and dirty air. Now, dirty air. That's the turbulent air that comes off the car in front of you. It disrupts the airflow over your car, makes it harder to handle, harder to pass. It's a whole different challenge than road racing where you're not running nose to tail for 200 laps. And that's when NASCAR is going to have a problem because they've been here before. Let's go back to 2006. Jimmie Johnson wins his first championship, then another and another. 5 straight from 2006 to 2010. He was that good. Him and crew chief Chad Knaus had the 48 team running like a machine. Consistent, dominant, predictable. And NASCAR wasn't happy with it. Now, they won't say it like that, but look at what happened. After Jimmie's dominance, NASCAR kept tweaking the chase format. The playoff system kept changing. They expanded it, changed the point structure, added wild cards. Then in 2014, they went full playoff mode. Win and you're in. Elimination rounds, the whole thing. NASCAR wanted drama. They wanted uncertainty. They wanted what they called Game 7 moments. You know, like in basketball or hockey, where it all comes down to one final game. Jimmie Johnson was so good that NASCAR literally restructured the entire championship format to make sure that level of dominance wouldn't happen again. They wanted parity over excellence. But the Jimmie Johnson situation, that was just changing the format. What happened to Juan Pablo Montoya in 2009, that's a whole different story. Juan Pablo Montoya wasn't your typical NASCAR driver. He was an international superstar, won the Indianapolis 500 in 2000, raced in Formula One, won races there, then came to NASCAR in 2006, and he was good. He won on road courses. That was expected given his background, but he was also getting better on ovals, way better. But back in 2009, NASCAR was running the car of tomorrow. Different car, but Montoya was still adapting and improving. 2009, Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. This race meant everything to Montoya. He'd already won the Indianapolis 500 9 years earlier. If he won the Brickyard 400, he'd be the first driver ever to win both the Indy 500 and the Brickyard 400, making history, American motorsports history, and he was absolutely dominating. He led 116 of 160 laps. That's almost 3/4 of the race. He had a 5-second lead. Nobody could touch him. He was cruising to that historic victory. Then, with 35 laps to go, on a routine pit stop, NASCAR hit him with a speeding penalty. Said he was going too fast entering pit road. Sent him back through for a penalty. Dropped him completely out of contention.
'42 car was too fast on pit road in 2 different segments.
You know, I never badmouth NASCAR, but if they do this to me, I'm going to kill them.
And we're hearing numbers that are just absolutely, just barely over the limit. They give him 5 miles an hour, and that puts it to 60 miles an hour, and he's just a couple of tenths over, but this is going to be devastating.
So Montoya has to come.
I was on the green, had 3 green lights all the way from before, maybe 30 yards before the line. Thank you, NASCAR, for...
So what happened? NASCAR said their electronic timing system caught him going 60.06 miles per hour in one zone, 60.11 in another zone. The pit road speed limit was 55 miles per hour, but NASCAR gives drivers a 5-mile-per-hour cushion, so 60 is the absolute max. Here's where it gets complicated. NASCAR cars don't have speedometers. Instead, drivers use a tachometer. That's a gauge that measures RPMs, revolutions per minute, which tells you how fast your engine is spinning. The faster the engine spins, the faster you're going. Now, RPM stands for revolutions per minute. Think of it like this. Your engine has pistons that go up and down, and that motion spins a crankshaft. RPM measures how many times that crankshaft completes a full rotation in 1 minute. Higher RPMs equal higher speed. To help drivers, NASCAR cars have a dashboard light connected to the tachometer. It goes from green to yellow to red. Green means you're good. Red means you're speeding. It's on the driver to watch that light and control their speed using just the gas and brake pedals. Montoya said his light stayed green the whole time. His team owner, Felix Sabatz, asked NASCAR to show him proof. NASCAR's response? The numbers don't lie. But here's the thing. NASCAR doesn't show pit road speeds to fans or to other teams. They just make the call. There's no public display, no independent verification. You just have to trust that their system is right. Robin Pemberton, NASCAR's vice president of competition at the time, said, quote, "There's nothing to prove wrong. It's about as simple math as you can use. Simple math that only NASCAR can see." Montoya finished 11th. That historic moment, first driver to win both the Indy 500 and Brickyard 400, gone. And who won that race? Jimmie Johnson, his third Brickyard 400 victory. Now, I'm not saying it was rigged. I'm not saying NASCAR wanted Jimmie to win instead of Montoya, but I am saying this. You have a foreign driver, a Colombian, about to make American motorsports history, the first to win both the Indy 500 and the Brickyard 400. And NASCAR makes an unverifiable call that cost him the win, a call that many drivers and teams questioned. Even veteran driver Mark Martin said afterward, "I have wondered why we don't have speedometers." At that time, an American winning at Indianapolis, especially Jimmie Johnson, was a more popular result for NASCAR, more marketable, better for the storyline. And with no transparency, no way to verify the call independently, we just have to take NASCAR's word for it. So here we are. Shane Van Gisbergen, another international driver, another driver who's making NASCAR look at themselves differently. He's dominating road courses right now, and NASCAR is fine with it. But he's getting better on ovals every single week. And when he starts winning those consistently, by big margins, what do you think happens? NASCAR took inspiration from supercars to build the next-gen car. A supercar's champion shows up and dominates with it. And a lot of fans, they don't want to celebrate his talent. They want to find reasons why he shouldn't be winning. He's only good on road courses. He didn't pay his dues. This isn't his sport. Sound familiar? That's the same energy Montoya faced. Here's my prediction. Within 3 years, if SVG keeps this trajectory and starts dominating ovals, it will make adjustments. Maybe it's a competition adjustment to the car. Maybe it's a rule change. Maybe it's something we can't even predict yet. They restructured the entire playoff system because of Jimmie Johnson's dominance. They made a highly questionable speeding call on Juan Pablo Montoya right when he was about to make history. A call nobody could verify except NASCAR themselves. The pattern is clear. When someone gets too dominant or when the wrong person is about to write the wrong story, things change. SVG is brilliant. He's amongst the best drivers in the world doing what he does best. But NASCAR's history shows us that excellence doesn't always get celebrated, especially when it comes from outside America. The question isn't if NASCAR will act, it's when, and whether they'll be transparent about it. Thanks for watching. I'm your girl, Tamika D, and this is Diva in the Driver's Seat.